Does the gentleman from Texas desire a couple of minutes to make any closing remarks?
Mr. Chairman, thank you for your indulgence. This has been a long day. First, let me thank the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the agents that I've worked with in my years of service on Judiciary and Homeland Security, the aftermath of 9/11, which I had the lack of distinguished position to be in the United States Congress during 9/11 and certainly in the aftermath of the investigation. Let me thank the FBI and Mr. Strzok for their service. Let me quickly say this and then conclude my remarks. I want it to be clear that General Flynn, in his offense, asked the Russian ambassador to refrain from escalating the situation in response to sanctions that the United States had imposed against Russia. Following, a whistleblower then said that he referred this to Mr. Flynn, that the sanctions would be, quote, ripped up to allow money to start flowing to one of Flynn's business projects. Did you have anything to do with any comments by General Flynn?
This is not for asking questions, Ms. Jackson.
I will leave that on the record, Mr. Chairman.
Right.
I thought that it would be good to clarify it because I've asked others, but let me finish my remarks. In the concluding comments, Mr. Strzok, again, I believe this hearing in its long period of time showed no bias in the decisions regarding the final report on Hillary Clinton's emails. She was vindicated. Nothing changes the Russian interference in our elections of 2016. Unfortunately, no questions were asked by the Republicans about the Russian interference. And the GOP, in many instances, would not let you, Mr. Strzok, answer the questions. Finally, the hearing did not give the American people, I think, the important answers that they needed, and that is, how will we secure our elections in 2018? That, unfortunately, plays into Putin's hands. It also did not respond or did not answer, what do you do when White House officials have not gotten their own security clearance? And finally, let me be very clear. When our country is attacked, I want to make sure that the FBI and not the KGB shows up. We need to do a better job of answering the concerns of children that have been snatched away from their parents, the violation of voting rights, the need to end gun violence, and many other issues. But today you stood the test of time, at least. You've admitted fault and certainly admitted that you would have wanted to do things in a better way, as I've gleaned from your testimony. But it cannot take away your service in the United States military, your service to the FBI, and your willingness to offer, if you will, your deference and your concern about the continuation of the FBI and its service to this nation. Mr. Chairman, I hope that the Judiciary Committee and Oversight Chairman, I believe, is not present, but in any event, that we will take up the issues that the American people desire and that we will solve problems of which are important to the democracy, security, and the values of this nation. I thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Thank the gentlewoman. Many